guys! Welcome to Cooking with Amy on Food Network. Today we will be creating a delicious dish entitled Society Restricts Individuals Who Do Not Conform. It's vegan. This dish is easy to make and the results are yummy and healthy. 2 birds with 1 stone. You will need a food processor, a cutting board, and plastic wrap to complete this recipe, along with the ingredients that I'll tell you in a second. The theme of Society Restricts Individuals Who Do Not Conform is exemplified in almost every scene in the entire play of Romeo and Juliet. It is exemplified throughout the play through different societal aspects, but the aspect we will be examining today is through their families. For this recipe, the ingredients you will need is 1 cup of teenage rebellion, 1 cup of forbidden love, 1/2 teaspoon of not listening to parents, 10 dry pieces of desire, and 1/2 cup of recklessness. First, put your teenage rebellion, your forbidden love, and not listening to your parents in your food processor. You're going to want to leave this on for about 3 minutes, or until it is mixed into a smooth paste. Next, add in your dried pieces of desire. Pulse your food processor for 30 seconds. Next, add in your recklessness and pulse for another 10 seconds. Good enough. All your ingredients have come together. This has formed some nice society versus individual conflict. Romeo and Juliet's love was not one that conformed to society. Both teens chose to rebel against what they were supposed to do to please their families, as they didn't really care. In many cases, not conforming to society can produce negative consequences, as societal rules are brutal and take no prisoners. In Romeo and Juliet's case, nonconformity resulted in a very extreme example of what can happen when you rebel against society: death. Mixing all your ingredients together will allow the ingredients to come together and perfectly form society versus individual conflict. This conflict is truly the downfall of Romeo and Juliet. If they had only conformed to society and listened to their families, they would have lived beyond the years that their lives were cut off. Now, take your society versus individual conflict and place it on a plastic wrap covered cutting board. Now we're going to want to take our society versus individual conflict paste and put it on here and form it into a large square of dough conflict paste. Alright, now let's smooth it out into a large square. Alright, so now our society versus individual conflict paste is quite evenly spread out. So now we're going to take up the plastic wrap on either side. Okay, now we're going to put this inside the freezer for maybe about 20 to 30 minutes. Since we're going to be waiting a while to take our dish out from the freezer, this is the perfect time to discuss how society restricts individuals who do not conform relates to myself, my family, my community, and my nation. This dish relates to myself because I often experience an internal struggle of what I actually want to do and what society wants me to do. This dish relates to my family because while we do not encourage conformity to society, it is expected that me and my brother conform to the rules of the household. If we do something to break these rules, it will result in our parents not being very happy, much like many other households. This dish relates to my neighborhood community because the majority of the homeowners that reside in my neighborhood unfortunately often have bigoted views. When someone in the neighborhood is diverse and does not conform to their ideology, they often shut this person out. This dish relates to my nation of America in many ways. One of these ways is rooting for individuals not based on how good they actually are, but whether you are similar to them or not. This can cause minority groups to be at a subliminal disadvantage. One example of this is American Idol, where all minorities were voted out to only let white, non-LGBT people move on to the finals. Well, first we gotta unwrap it. Alright, so now we gotta cut it up into small pieces. Alright, looks like we're done cutting. Our society versus individual conflict dish is done. Let's try it. Delicious. See you guys next time on Cooking with Amy.